they can fix that is they have caulking on there, and that's going to be the issue here. This is my main concern of the roof. I like to see like a rubber come around, you know, kind of get the water away from your problematic area. Right here, what they're doing is they're actually saying, hey, water, come here in the worst area possible. So to me, that's a problem. All right, so I'm going to show you another thing. This is kind of what started the problem with this homeowner, and it's their screws coming through the roof right here. So there are screws coming from underneath the roof where a fur strip has been replaced. This is definitely not the gutter, guys. It's definitely a screw. It does come through the membrane. Also, one of my pet peeves about rubber roofing, if you look right here, you can see the drip edge. Rubber, it should hang past the drip edge about a ½ inch for, it can actually shrink over time, and then you'll get like where water will kind of come in here and get underneath here. And so I like to have overhang on my rubber, so if it shrinks back, you're still protected. So what we see over time is the water will get between these two, and once it sits in here for a while, it'll start to break down the material, get underneath, and in about 10 years you'll have leaks, sometimes 5. So little thing of mine I don't like, but in the end, if this roofer would have just came back out, met with the homeowner, fixed these screws, they probably wouldn't have as many problems as they have. Another issue here I'm going to show you guys is there's something going on with the membrane. So right here, if I pull this rubber back, okay, so this is a release tape that lets the membrane stick. It's never been released, it's never been pulled. This isn't going to work. This blue shouldn't be here. That's not what the way this works. This should be pulled where it sticks to this. Now, what's interesting is this is actually what we call the ply-based material. This material here should be under the rubber, not over the rubber. So there's some issues here. This tape should be pulled and then it sticks to this material. So 3 issues here. This is made to go on top of this. But here is the ply base poking out. And then again, you can see where the water is going to eventually go in here. That's why we want to get rid of this. See right here? Already the water is going to get underneath this drip edge right here. That's why you want the rubber to hang out past the drip edge. So a lot of little things here. Another area that I have over here is something that the manufacturer requires. I've seen this before, so I'm going to show you guys this right here. So not a bad job neither. I'm not picking this guy apart, but right here on these lap joints right here, so this is what we call where it goes up the wall and turns. This becomes a vulnerable area, and you can already see, I can stick my finger way up underneath there. It should have a roofing cement in there also, but one of the things that over time this can shrink and stretch, and then this gap gets way bigger underneath here. But there should be a piece of membrane that runs this way, runs longwise to protect these joints right here where it goes up the wall. Another issue is if you look under here, there we go again. Here's a ply base coming over onto the granulated surface. This is incorrect. Also, anything that goes over granulated has to have a roof cement. So there's a couple things wrong there. So I've been talking to you guys a lot about a piece of metal that I bend that goes into the transition. The reason I do that, if there's ever an issue with the flat roof, you can fix it without tearing all the metal off. So I'm going to show you guys something that is different than what we do. So right here, the metal is meeting the flat roof. So what I like to do is have a piece of metal that runs from under here all the way out to here. So if you ever have to change this roof, you just slide underneath that metal. In this case, the only way they can change the flat roof, they have to pull all these metal panels off to get underneath. Let's be honest, this flat roof is going to need to be changed way before this metal roof has to be changed. So how do we make that process easier in the future? We put a nice piece of transition in there so that you can get underneath it and you don't have problems in the future. So I want to look at my job sites as how can I help the homeowner down the road. I don't want to just put a roof on and be gone. I'm probably the guy that's going to come back and change this flat roof. So I want to work on this roof to make it easier for me in 15 years. So again, just little tiny details. If you're not looking for the longevity, helping the homeowner get down the road a long ways, or being a return customer, you're not going to think of these things. So I like to have a transition piece there. But overall, I'm going to walk this roof way better than what we usually see. So I'm going to give the roofer that. I think where he's gone wrong is he's just not coming back out. So if he would just come back out and work with his homeowner, he can solve some of these problems. But overall, I like the roof. Great competition here. We're making Lake County better. You know, we've got some decent roofers. This is way better than some of the roof systems I've showed you guys lately. So just little things, but like I said, overall, not a bad system. They just have some areas that are concerned, and they need to contact the homeowner, and they need to come back out and work with the homeowner to fix these issues.